everyone, the BLU-RAY Lover channel here with some Halloween 2018 news. So I read online, I don't know which online site I read it because I've been out since 4 o'clock. And I read it on my phone just around 6 when I was strolling the mall. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They're going for a tension, scares type of Halloween and dumping away with the bloody gore and violence. And I says, oh my God, they're gonna PG-13 this movie to shit. And then I read more of the article and I said, okay, they're not. They're just going to like water it down a bit, but not be a hard R to almost NC-17 status, but give it an R rating. Maybe we won't get nudity, we won't get that many cuss words, we get the violence, but not as hardcore as we want it. But the way it is, you want to build tension and build scares. I understand that. But the problem that I have is with the director and the writers. These guys couldn't build tension or scares if their life depended on it. These guys are comic writers and directors, but I fear about who is really at this. And I think at the end, when Danny McBride and David Gordon Green met with John Carpenter, you already knew that Carpenter wanted this movie to be like the original. Build tension, give you scares. Michael takes down his victims, and that's what he does. Not have a lot of blood and gore and knives and all types of violence in the movie. And I think that's what it is. And I already knew when this was going to go to Universal and Blumhouse Productions that we were going to get a Blumhouse type horror film that you see out there now. It's built on jump scares, and I have no problem with it, but they got to show a little bit of blood, they got to show a little bit of violence, because that's who Michael Myers is. You can't water him down. Michael right now is in his early 60s, probably late 50s, somewhere in between. He's been building in this aggression and this anger towards Laurie and Dr. Loomis shooting him. We'd be lucky in this sequel that maybe he took out Loomis years ago, or Loomis just died of like old age. He builds this time to gather information to find out that Laurie does have a daughter named Karen Strode, or does her name change and even if Laurie Strode is actually still married and her husband's around, then Michael does a lot of things to her family. Does Karen have kids? Does she have teenagers? Does Michael target Karen's kids? Then Karen to get that anger and that rage from Laurie. So probably that's the way you build tension. Michael does the one thing that will piss off Laurie Strode to get back to what she's going to do. And I think that's what Halloween H2O lost. It didn't build the tension. That movie was a slow burn. It was good at the end, but it didn't build tension. And here, if you're gonna go originality in the film and go back to the original horror, building tension is great. You know, James Cameron's Aliens did that. We didn't even get to see the aliens until the Marines were in that, pipe room or whatever that room was, and they got to see that the aliens were taking out the Marines one by one until we saw them. And that's building tension. That's getting the scares. That's getting what we need. Here, I think that's what McBride and David Gordon Green are doing, and I get that. But I'm still afraid for these guys doing that. And if they can deliver us a good movie, it'll be great. And I'll be surprised in the theater says, okay, this movie's good. It's not great. It's not a masterpiece. But it's good enough to pass that they did a good job here. And I'll be happy about that. But don't worry, guys. This movie will not be PG-13. It will not be watered down. Like I was pissed off years ago when 20th Century Fox announced that Live Free and Die Hard was going to be PG-13 instead of rated R. And I was so mad because John McClane needs to be vulgar. He needs to be John McClane. He needs to fight. He needs to be violent. That's what John McClane is. That's who Michael Myers is. PG-13 him down. Oh, he's going to go back to his roots. And the thing is that you can build tension, but at the end of the day, I swear, you have to have Michael be raged. He's always been this cool, calm, and collective serial killer. The movie can be filled with tension. I like tension. Tension's good. But don't keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny to a certain point where you're going to bore the audience. You give us tension for 10, probably 12 minutes. Like the opening scene in Scream, that's tension. That's scares. And then what happens to Drew Barrymore in the film. That's what the late, great Wes Craven did. He built tension to give us the scares before the victim is taken out. If Gordon Green could pull that off, that'd be the best. That would be awesome. Maybe he won't get it right or wrong, but that's the way the movie's going to go. And at the end of the day, there is a guy named John Carpenter, the master of horror. He's probably sprinkling a little bit of his input in the movie. He is a producer, and maybe he does have a little bit of creative control, and we don't know about it. I just want to get this to you guys now, that the movie will not be rated PG-13. It will not be watered down. This movie will be a R-rated film that will not be a hard R. It was going to be watered down. We're going to get an R-rated film. You're probably going to hear Laurie Strode say a few F-bombs here and there. We're going to get that. And that's what probably we're going to get. And that's it. We'll get a Michael Myers who's a little bit older. You can be 60 years old and still be a raged monster. Believe me, the news every day of people doing stuff are in their late 50s to 60s. Come on, man. So with my final thought is that Halloween 2018 is going to be an R-rated film. It's going to be fine. I'm just worried about the directors and the people who are behind this film. And with the countless delays and the change and the alternative universe, or not using the second film, which to me is the wrong thing to do. I think you need to use the second film because it will set off your movie better. But they're not going to do that, and they're going to learn their lesson. So yeah, guys, that was my final thought on this. So leave me a comment letting me know what you think about this news about Halloween 2018. I'm tired of saying 2018. They need to have a title for this movie already. Let me know what you think about this news of Michael Myers being a little bit watered down, being R-rated, but just building tension and going for the original jump scares instead of like slashing and gore and blood and stuff like that. So leave me that comment. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. If you want to get more updates on Halloween news, just subscribe and you'll get it as soon as it comes out and I get it uploaded. Like the video, share it as well, and don't forget to hit my post notifications bell. Once you hit that little bell, you will get notified of every new video that's uploaded to my channel in your subscription boxes. I am the BLU-RAY Lover channel, and check all of you guys next time.